I'll introduce myself again. My name is Idorenyen Uso. I live in Abuja, Nigeria. I run a home-based business, and I just want to share with you the secrets to building a home-based business. I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I'm literally living my dreams. But before I share my story, I also want to invite my partner who will be co-hosting tonight's event. Her name is Lady Theresa Omonade. I always struggle to call the surname, so forgive me, Lady T. Her name's Lady Theresa. She is, we call her the sales goddess. If you know her, you know the sales goddess. She is indeed the sales goddess. And she's also going to share with you her success strategies, how she built a home business, and what even led to that. So, Lady Theresa, I see you are here already. I want to welcome you to take the floor. I hope your kids will allow you. You can unmute yourself and take the floor. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Doc. Hello, everyone. It feels good to be here. I like she said, yes, Lady Teresa is just fine. That's the name. I will just go ahead and share my story. I hope it will be short enough, but I just want you to follow me on this journey and understand why I do what I do and why most of us also do what we do. Okay, so I have been in corporate employment for 10 years. I worked in banking, I worked in consulting, HR, and the likes. But unlike most people, my problem was not the money. It wasn't because, oh, I wasn't getting enough money or anything like that. Mine was more like, I can call it purpose-based, and I can also call it time freedom. Time freedom was my number one issue. It wasn't that, oh, I wasn't even having fun. I was doing well. I was earning well, but I just did not have a life. That's the truth. I didn't have a life. Like, I had colleagues tell me then, in fact, it was later they started saying, when she comes to work in the morning, she looks so angry, like somebody annoyed her. So the fact that waking up and just hitting that traffic and getting to the office was my biggest issue. It wasn't the job, it wasn't the money, it was just that time. I didn't have a life. So I wake up very early as 5. If you know Lagos life and working in the bank, we need to be there like 7:30. So I have to leave my house like 5 a.m. I don't know why all the places I worked, my house was far from all of them. So I had to wake up 5 and then get to work and then leave the office maybe 6, 7, and then get home like 9, 10. This was my life for 10 years and it was terrible. I was alone. I was single. I didn't have a time to date. I didn't have the time to do anything. Who do you want to date? When you go to work 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., what time do you have on Saturdays? I just want to sleep. Okay, so this is basically my life for a long time and I needed an out. I just needed something else. And so I left paid employment after 10 years. And I said, okay, now that I have my time, what will I do with my time now? Okay, and I had options. I had things I wanted to consider. I went into buying, selling, and things like that. But each one I tried, and I will share all of them with you. Each one I tried, yes, there were advantages, but there were also disadvantages that still brought me out wanting more. Okay, so I did the buying and selling thing. Yes, I had my time. I didn't have to wake up by 5 a.m. But the truth of the matter is, when you're doing buying and selling, whatever it is, bag, hair, shoe, whatever, the margin is actually very, very low. The margin is terribly low. That's number one. So at the end of the day, you're now struggling financially. And then secondly, you may think that, oh, I have left a job. I am now my own person, but you're still not your own person. You've moved from having a job to owning a job. So I was still reporting to my supplier, because that's the truth. Except you are the one manufacturing something from scratch, you are doing the manufacturing, everything is, you are still working for somebody, you are still reporting to a supplier. So they will give you a product, then you just add your own margin and then you sell. you need to still buy. So the money you're giving your supplier is more than the money you're making on the products. That's the truth. Okay, so I realized that this one too was not working for me. And that's why I laugh when I try to tell people about this kind of business and they say, oh no, I just want to build my own brand and sell my own product. And I ask them, okay, what do you sell? They say hair. So are you the one producing the hair? They say no. So why do you say this one is your own brand? How is it your business per se? Someone is still supplying to you. The only difference is that you're doing it the hard way. So that was one thing. The margin was pretty low. And secondly, I was still the only one making the money. I cannot, if I sell the hair to you, and maybe later you want to start selling hair, I don't get any cut from it, right? So I have to keep selling for the rest of my life for me to make money. So that was a no-no for me, and I left it. Another option I tried was selling my service, okay? Or selling my skill as a service. Like I said, I have 10 years experience in sales and marketing. So I went into coaching. And I said, okay, I could coach people, teach people. I went into corporate training. Basically, I train and I coach. But you realize that that one is even more limited because it is still your time that you are giving. How many people can I possibly coach at a time? So how do I want to create wealth and even the time freedom that I'm looking for by just coaching and training? I had companies that would call me to train for 2 weeks. So I have to train, maybe do their onboarding, train their staff for their onboarding for 2 weeks. It still means I have to wake up by that 5 a.m. again, get to the office to train them, and I have to do that for 2 weeks. So what's now the difference? I might as well have just been on the job back. So I tried all these things. I still love my coaching business. I do it online, but I realized that, yes, I may do it at my pace, but it wasn't still giving me the freedom I need. So I do it, I select a number of people that I want to work with, and I do it for passion, I do it for joy. So that was another thing I did. Another one I did was, like I said, I'm just sharing my story. Another one I did was affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is good. It's just, you're just recommending products here and there using a link. You are not building a team, you're not doing anything, you just promote a link. And when people buy it using your link, you get paid. Now that one is good because yes, the commission is good and you get paid like passive income. But I still have to be promoting that link for the rest of my life. I will not get to a point where I will say, oh, I'm not promoting anymore, I want money to keep coming. That's not gonna happen. So I'm sure if you're in all this kind of business, you can notice or realize these challenges that I am also facing there. So I said, no, it's not something I want to do. I was looking for something that would guarantee me freedom in a short while. Okay, so doing all these other ones still looks like job because I was still selling my time. I was still giving my time in exchange for the money. So when people ask me, why are you so in love with direct selling or network marketing, I tell them this story. It's because every other thing I have tried required me doing it every day for the rest of my life. Dangote is one of the richest men. In fact, he's the richest man in Nigeria, Africa. Guess what? In a last interview with him, he said he works 18 hours. He still works 18 hours a day. So don't say, oh, because I am building my own business, I would have freedom. Building your own business in the traditional way still doesn't give you freedom. MDs still wake up almost the same time as the entry-level staff to get to the office. So it is not about, oh, you want to have your own company that is named after you, or you want to sell product that is branded with your name. If what you are looking for is beyond just making money, if it is time, then it means you need to consider this other one. And then back to what I now started doing now, or what I have now taken as my core business, which is direct selling, multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. And I'll explain why this one is different from the rest, all right? Like I said, I have done sales 10 years. So basically all I know is sales, selling. I know how to sell and I know how to teach people how to sell. Now, when I was on the job, you get a target and you are every day, you are telling people to come and buy. Forget the grammar. I'm going to bring it very, very down. I'm not giving you all the grammar or strategy to do it. the basic thing is in sales, we are telling people to come and buy, irrespective of your style or your strategy. So meaning that on the job, I would say come and buy every day, every day, every day until I retire. In traditional business, I will tell them come and buy every day, every day, every day until I retire. Now, in direct selling, I say what? Come and buy. So first and foremost, I bought the product. So using language as an example, I bought the language product for myself. So I am first and foremost a consumer of the product. So I looked at it, okay, do they have products I like? Yes, they had products for my baby, they had products for me, I got for myself, they had products I got for my husband, they had products I got for my dad. So I was like, okay, check. The first one, they've checked it, I can be their consumer. Then secondly, what do I need to do? I do that come and buy, but I don't do come and buy for the rest of my life. I do that come and buy until I get my first 3 sales. So use that as an example, compare it with the sales job. In the sales job, if I get 3 sales, it doesn't mean, in fact, they would even increase the target and say, oh, you have met this target, so they increase it. So I need to now get like 10 more sales, and then they give me a recommendation letter, and then they increase it again because they promote me and they increase it. They keep increasing it, so I keep doing that for life. But in the Logreach platform, I said, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. I get 3 people who look at the business and they say, okay, they can be consumers, right? And then I start working with them. I start working with them. So I am no longer saying, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy for life. I now teach them the same thing I now know. I teach it to them. They do their own come and buy, come and buy. They get their 3. Those ones, they teach those ones because I have taught them. They teach those ones the same thing. Those ones say, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. They get their 3. At the end of the day, while they are now doing the come and buy that I have taught them, in the systematic way that I have taught them, and they are going down the line, I am here getting paid while I am playing with my children, watching Paw Patrol and the likes. Okay, so everybody, I always ask them this particular question: is there any other business that works this way? Whether home-based, whether office-based, because there are other home-based business. That's why I shared with you. There is buying and selling, you can do it from home. There is affiliate marketing, you can do it from home. There is selling a service, you can do it from home. But is there any other home-based business where you will be playing with your children? You start it in the beginning, you set up a system, you set up a structure that is not even costing you. Because if you want to achieve that on the traditional business, go and ask Dangote how much he spends as operational cost every day. I didn't even say every month, I say every day as operational cost to keep the system running for him to go on vacation and come back. Now, in this business, you can have a system that is running like Dangote's system, and yet you are not putting in as much cost as he is putting in his own business. Okay, so this is a summary of why I chose direct selling part of home business and why I am absolutely in love with it. And then I'll use my own now almost 2 years experience with Longreach as an example. So I started Longreach in 2019, February, officially in March, right? I signed up in February, ending of February, officially in March, I went out, right? And what I have gotten from February till now, this is January 2020. So a little, let's just say 2 years. If I want to get that in traditional business, it will cost me much more than just picking a few products that I love and then getting people to pick products that they love. You can't make this kind of money like that in traditional business this easily. Then if I want to get it also from even the job, because I calculated what I earned in 2020. What I earned in 2020 in total was like maybe 3 or 4 times my annual salary on the job. So if I wanted to earn this amount on the job, I would have had to work for how many years, get promoted like 2, 3, 4, 5 times, because they don't promote you every month on the job. They don't promote you even every year. Now it's even 2 years. I have people I left on the job. And I left my job 2016, and they haven't been promoted from 2016 till date. So I have done this comparison that imagine if I was still there. Imagine if I was still there, then I would still not be earning what I'm earning now, because I wouldn't have been promoted, or let's assume I even got promoted. What it would have required me to get promoted. As an example, to put something in perspective, when I was on the job, the last target I had in the bank, if you're in banking, you would know, was 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion naira in deposits for 1 year. So meaning that every day I'm looking for people to bring money and deposit to the bank to the tune of 1.5 billion. So I compared it. Okay, every day I should be going out telling people come and deposit money. And if I bring that 1.5 billion, it's not as if they're giving me a cut from the 1.5 billion. They are just paying me my salary. And then at most, they will give me recommendation letter and all that. But if I bring a sales of 1.5 billion with long reach, Dr. Heidi, you are the mathematician.
Let me that director. Hey,
how much I will make. Let me know how much I will make by bringing a sale of 1.5 billion as sales from long reach. Now, some people, I remember I had this discussion with someone, and she said, but in the bank, it's just deposit. I can collect my money back. I can withdraw my money back. And I will tell you something about that. You know, if you have heard stories of what happens in the bank, you hear how people slum and die and things like that. I have experienced it. I had people who actually died. And what made the lady die is a mother of 4, and she's the breadwinner of the home. And she brought in either 200 or 300 million naira deposits. And they congratulated her, and they celebrated her, and they gave her that. And then the next month, the person that had that money needed the money. He's a business person. He needs to do maybe real estate or whatever. They needed to make an investment. So they withdrew that money. So the money left. The same person that was celebrated today was now given a warning letter.
Whoa.
The same person that was celebrated, carried up, did all that, was now given a warning. Why did you allow the person to take the money and go? So just help me answer this. Is this life? Is this life? Okay, so I'd rather make sales, and people are picking products that they love, and they're using that product, and they're even getting testimony. They're giving me testimonials from these products, and I'm now getting a cut of what they are buying, meaning that if I now want to go and get 1 billion in sales, I know what I am getting from that 1 billion in sales, and then it will not backfire. They will not come back tomorrow and say, hey, I want to collect my money back like they do in the bank. In the bank, your life is like this, because that money you are claiming that you had, that performance you are claiming you have performed, the next day can just turn around. But in network marketing, you are building a team, and your team you're just growing higher and higher. And like I said, I'm using long reach. In long reach, you grow in ranks. You cannot become a diamond 3 today, and then next month you now drop back to diamond 2 or drop back to diamond 1. This is what usually happens in the job. If you are doing sales on the job, you can be doing so well now, and then next month, if that person takes their money or whatever happens, you are back to square one. And that is not life. That is not growth. That is not growth. So on this platform, I found, number one, you are able to grow in a consistent manner. You are not growing like a yo-yo. So whatever you are doing, like I tell my team members, forget what whoever is achieving, what they are achieving. Just know that you can never come below where you are. That's the truth. You cannot become a diamond 1 now and then drop back to pre-diamond. It's not possible. So you are just growing. Just tell yourself that you see this place, I will get there. And that's the beautiful thing about this platform. That was one thing that made me buy into it. I would get there. The time may vary. I could get there in 1 year. I could get there in 2 years. I could get there in 3 years, but I will get there once I am going on this journey. Then secondly, that's leverage. That leverage of where You are no longer the one saying, come and buy every single day of your life. You are not doing that anymore. In fact, there's something I always say about network marketing. And if people understand that part, they will realize that network marketing is not even about selling. Network marketing is actually about training. It's a training business where you are, because when you do your sales, when you get your sales, what do? You start training these people to get their own, and it becomes a culture. When they get their own, they train the next set of people to get their own, who train the next set of people to get their own. So everybody is developing everybody. When I'm on the job, nobody is even teaching you the company may send you on a training on how to be better at selling. But guess what? Within the team, there is so much competition, so much. I do a lot of comparisons because I have played on both space. So my boss on the job is even competing with me because he too needs to shine and I need to shine. So most times I may have a meeting, I may have a deal I want to close, and the person will purposely not support you in closing that deal. Because if he closes it for you, you will shine. And then you may take over his job. There are cases like that. There are cases where a copper in the bank did so well that copper now became the branch manager. What do you think will happen to the branch manager of that branch? So they will do everything possible to kill your shine. I had a boss that would tell me, you are not supposed to think. Don't even think. Just do what I say you should do. Okay, so this is another reason why I love this business. Number one, you get to choose who you are working with. So there is no issue of your boss is mean or your colleagues are wicked. You choose your colleagues. Have we ever thought of that? You get to choose who your colleagues are. That's a beautiful aspect of this business. And that is why you may likely see us always happy. You will see us always celebrating our team members. Why? Because we are no longer stopping them from shining. As far as I'm concerned, I told my team, I want you people, in fact, if you can overtake me, please overtake me. I'll be happier. But that doesn't even happen on the job. Your boss will never want you to overtake them. It's not even possible. Instead, they will try to block that shine. Okay, so that's another part. Then that's what I talk about, the training, then the leverage. Whatever they are doing, somebody is building an empire for themselves and you are getting paid. So I have about 1,500 team members. And remember I said I do comparisons a lot. Imagine if I was on the traditional business and I had to recruit 1,500 staff. Do you know how much I'll pay in salary for 1,500 staff? Even big businesses don't have up to 200 staff because they know that salary cost is huge. Now I have people who I am teaching and training to build their business, to build their empire. And as they are building their business, building their empire, I am getting paid. How amazing is that? So everybody who has ever said no to network marketing, they usually say no because they don't know what network marketing is. And everybody that says no to network marketing says no to network marketing based on a fixed mindset. What is fixed mindset? When you make a definite statement about something, it will affect your bodily reaction. It will affect how you behave towards that thing. So when you say network marketing doesn't work, that is a fixed mindset, and you can never take a decision based on a fixed mindset. But if you say, I want to know this network marketing, I want to know how it is, I want to learn it, that is a growth mindset. And your body, your brain will start responding, giving you resources, giving you people that will teach you so that you will learn and so that you will do well. So when people tell me no, I don't even get upset and say, well, why would this person tell me no? I just feel a bit down, a bit sad for them, not for me. Because I'm like, if only you know. Just imagine it is like when you see an atheist, someone who tells you, I don't believe in God. Do you start getting upset? You don't get upset because you have experienced God. So you don't need to, I don't even need to convince you. I'll just be like, hey, yeah, if only you can experience him, then you would understand that you can't make this statement. Okay, so this is my very, very short story. This is my very, very short story. If only people know what is in network marketing, nobody would ever say no to network marketing again. Although, yes, there are bad aspects of it, and I won't lie. There are people who are selfish. There are people who are killing the name. There are people who are doing the wrong things. But that is where that growth mindset comes in. Keep telling yourself, I want to learn. I want to get the right people. I want to meet the right team. Don't just generalize and say it is terrible. Why? Because you had an experience of a terrible leader, or an experience of a terrible company, or an experience of a terrible compensation plan. Just keep your mind open and say, see, I want the right team now. Because we have all had it. I have had all those experiences. But I kept telling myself, you see, this network marketing is me and you. Until I make that $1 million, we're not going anywhere. Do you understand? So it's all about how you see it. Don't make that definite decision and say, I've suffered it before, I'm not doing it again. Keep opening your mind. Keep saying what you want and not what you don't want. Keep saying what you want. I want to succeed in this network marketing. I want the right team to join. I want this. I want this. You would see how lines will fall in pleasant places. It will direct you to the right place. You're not even in this chat room by chance. You're not in this chat room by chance. You're not watching this thing by chance. It is now up to you to follow this prompting that you are having in your mind and tell yourself, okay, even though all the things that has happened, I am ready to start again. I am ready to start afresh. And you would see how miracles upon miracles upon miracles will happen in your network marketing business. And Longreach has been that answer to my prayer, to that prayer of, I'm looking for the right one. I'm looking for the right compensation plan. I'm looking for the right team. The same thing I'm telling you is what I also told myself when I started. And that's how I came to be in this team. And that's why I came to be in this company. So do it, try it out, and you'll see how your own results will also show. Okay? Like I said, I'm trying so hard because when I start talking, I can talk for hours, but I think I have covered what I wanted to say. I came here because that is the only part of a home-based business that I don't have to do by myself without paying someone, right? Because if you want to do the others with people, you pay them. But here, you do this thing with people without paying them. So I do that. I get to work with a team of people. I get to add value to that team of people. And they are not my staff. They are building their business, and we are all getting paid. That's a major reason why you should take a second look at this home-based business, specifically multi-level marketing home-based business. Thank you, Dr. ID. I think I've done.
Thank you so much, Lady Theresa. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Guys, should we just say the grace and close? Literally broke it down. You know, she started with just showing us the different types of home-based businesses and how she has played in almost all of them, and the one that finally made sense and aligned with her dreams. And that is what we're here to share with you, because we know that I would want to say almost everyone wants time control. Almost everyone wants something different. Almost everyone wants that future where they don't have to exchange efforts for money, where they don't want to earn active income only. Almost everybody wants passive income. Almost everyone. And the only way you can earn passive income without having to invest so much is through leverage. And that's why I said after showing that first video that I just love the leverage aspect, because what she has just shown us is that she's leveraging on her knowledge, teaching people how to build a home-based business with Longreach, and she's getting paid for doing that. Now, she only taught a few who have taught a few who have taught a few, who are teaching a few, and she's being paid because of the chain of education going down. Network marketing is all about educating people. What we do, we are part of the Long Reach business. And what we're doing in Long Reach is simply educating you on the benefits of the products, who the company is, and how the business works. How do you sit at home and make money? Or how do you work and earn extra income from Long Reach? Because anybody can earn from Long Reach. You only just need to understand how the business works. So once again, thank you so much, Lady T. That was just amazing. That was amazing. Now, I'm going to quickly wrap up by sharing a little bit of my own story. It's actually a very good match because Lady T worked in the banking sector. I worked in the academia. So my name is, like I said earlier, I'm popularly known as Dr. Id Uso. I'm not a medical doctor, mine is a PhD. And as we all know in Nigeria, anybody with a PhD is definitely a lecturer. So I did lecture. I lectured for a few years, and growing up, I've always wanted time control, just like Lady T. Had always wanted my time control. People call me a control freak. And so I don't know how to work for people. I tried the business. Unlike Lady T, who knows how to sell, I don't even know how to sell. So I tried buying and selling, and I struggled. First of all, I didn't even know how to get the customers. I know I had very good items of sale, but I didn't know where to get the customers. And even when I got the customers, because of my personality, I'm a very private person, I didn't even know how to follow people to get my debts paid, because I just felt everybody should be like me. If you're owing someone, pay the person. So the debt part killed me. I invested tons of money in buying the goods, but by the time I ended that business, I couldn't account for any of those monies, nothing. I ended the business with a lot of debtors, but I was not interested in that anymore. And that's my part of the story. And I did that while I was working as a lecturer because I needed another stream of income. My salary was very poor. You all know that lecturers in Nigeria are poorly paid. I even worked in a very good state university, and my salary was above average for people in my peers in those universities. But even at that, it was still a struggle. Now, I was married at the time. I'm still married, by the way, with 2 kids. I was married at the time, but I'm not the dependent kind of wife. I'm an independent kind of woman because, like I said, I like control. I don't want anybody to control me because of money. I hate that. So I got into marriage with my doing no interest in sales. What event of I am sorry, everyone. I can't believe the network knocked me out. Sorry, this is Nigeria. Forgive me. I hope we can all hear me. Can you hear me now, people? So sorry about that. I hope you can hear me. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Thank you. So I was just saying that when I was approached about the direct selling, the network marketing business, I said I won't be able to do it. I won't, because I knew I didn't have the talent for network marketing. I didn't have the talent for direct selling. But one thing I knew was that I loved Long Beach products, because at the time I had a bleeding gum. I was introduced to the toothpaste and I loved the product. I kept buying a few of the products, but I couldn't do the business. I really couldn't. And then My husband made me do it. Yes, my husband told me we're doing it. You want to make more money, you like expensive things, you need your business, you need this business. You want to change your car, you need this business. So please do this business so that I can be free. You know, he felt that responsibility, you know, the cultural responsibility of a thing. So I just said, okay, let's give it a try. And then I got in. So I got in afraid. I kept asking him, where will I find people? What do you think I will do? How would I do this? You are the person that knows the business. I don't know. And then he said, I'll teach you. I said, okay, that sounds like a good thing to do. You know, and then I got started. And then along the line, I was doing it afraid, trying different things, attending. When you don't know how to do something, you learn. So I got into different trainings. I attended trainings. I got to learn first about the company. I was wild when I heard the company's visions and goals and what the company is about. So this company is a manufacturing company, and it's about technologically based company. And my PhD was about technology. I was like, okay, we have something in common, right? But then I started studying their products. I started looking at their company profile, and I realized that this company is massive. First and foremost, at the time, they were just about 28 years old when I had joined the company. 28 years old, top manufacturing company, Industrial Revolution 4.0, had top in artificial intelligence. The CV was loud. Then I looked at the kind of clients that they manufacture for. So Longreach does not just manufacture Longreach products. They manufacture for top clients, clients that I have paid a lot of money to use their products. I'm talking about GSK, Walmart, Adidas, Tesco, you know, Carrefour. These are companies that have paid a lot of money to use their products. So I got more interested. And then I found out that for every product, they try to replace the chemical component with a natural alternative where possible. So these products are manufactured with my health in mind. No wonder I love the products because I love nature. So again, I was very excited. And then I started sampling the products. Now I'm going to run you through the products I use. So in my house, let me take you through an entire picture of my day. So I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with a Longreach toothpaste. By the way, I have a Longreach toothbrush. I bought a pack of it when I was in China last year, 2 years ago. So I use the Longreach toothpaste and the toothbrush to brush my teeth. And then when I'm having my bath, I use the bamboo soap, I use the body wash. And then, of course, when I'm out of the bathroom, I use the antiperspirant dew, you know, deodorant, one of the best deodorizers, by the way. I use the deodorant, I use the body cream, I also use the salt milk for my hair. My hair grows, and if I have to wash my hair when I'm having my bath, I use the Longreach shampoo, the Longreach conditioner. Now, these are all Longreach products, right? Then when I want to have my meal, I always wake up with the Longreach coffee, by the way. Before I even have my bath, I start the day with the Longreach coffee. I'm addicted to coffee. And so the Longreach coffee was an easy sale for me. So I used the Longreach coffee, and then when I'm about to have my meals cooked in the lots. Have my meal with cheese, the green tea, any of those, because these are things that will help my food digest well. And then after a couple of times, I drink water from the pie cup just for further digestion and detoxification. And then I go about my day. I do my work. Whenever I want to seek water, especially when I'm unsure of the source of water, I use my Longreach pie cup to drink my water. It purifies the water, gets rid of all the toxins, and cleanses and neutralizes the acidity in my system. So I love that part of the cup. And when I come back, I continue eating my meals with the pie cup. I want to go outside. I like taking a walk in the evenings, but of course, in this part of the world, there's a lot of mosquitoes and all these little things that bite. And somehow, some of us have skins that attract the bite things, right? So I take the mosquito repellent, I actually have one here, and I just spray a bit on my body, and then I go out for my walk. And if we want to sleep and there's mosquito at home, we spray ourselves and sleep. Now, if I finish eating and I want to go have a meeting, I go with my mouth freshener, freshen my breath just before my meeting because I want to look good. Now, when I'm talking about the meeting, I had resigned from my work, so I'm now a full-time home-based businesswoman, and I educate people about the Longreach business. So these meetings are where I go to educate people about what I do. So my children have their bath with the Longreach baby bath. The Longreach baby cream is what they use after they have their bath. And if they have any form of itch on any part of their body, we do not hesitate to use the Longreach heat powder. Now, these are all products from my analogy. I am certain you have seen that these are all products you use daily, right? Now, I am using all of the Longreach products. So when I found out this, I was too excited. Oh, by the way, before I go to sleep, I take a sip of the Longreach wine. Helps me sleep better, helps me wake up to a fantastic bowel movement. And if there's going to be an action in the night, it makes the action easier and more fun. And that's me. So I love having my Longreach wine by my bedside. Now we have several other products that come in handy along the line. We have the supplements, okay? So I don't joke with my supplementation. So I do take calcium once in a while. I do take the atro. So I was diagnosed with a slit disc sometime after my first child in 2013. And so I have been having usually a lot of waist pain. And then based on the fact that I've been exercising a lot, I also have a lot of knee pain. And then the Longreach Atro supplement has really helped me. Now, let me say something. If I wasn't a partner of Longreach, I would have still been using this product because I was using at least 10 products of Longreach even before I started. My husband forced me to start the business. Now, what do we do differently? Through these seminars and trainings, I got to find out that just through using these products, buying them either in my name or my children's name, I get paid. I was excited. You mean I buy products that I was even buying before I registered? Now I'm registered, I have my code. So I buy with my code or I buy with my children's code, I am getting paid? Yes. And then because of how I love these products, I did talk about the sanitary napkins. I'm sorry, we have a lot of products. The panty liner keeps me free from infection. The pads, oh wow, ooh. But we'll talk about that. You can Google all of this, by the way. So, but if I share my experience with these products from my home, with my phone, if I share this experience with people I know, I get paid. And if those people are getting their codes, I will place them under my children and my children are getting paid. My head blew. I just said, okay, this is amazing. First of all, I have control of my time. It's a home-based business. I'm working from home. Secondly, I am talking about products I'm using and I'm super excited about. Products I will ordinarily tell people about, even if I wasn't earning from it. And thirdly, my dream of making sure that my dependents earn without me having to spend money on them gets fulfilled. All of this I learned through the trainings and through the chat rooms, and I told myself, Longreach, we live here. And in 6 years, I can tell you, my life has transformed. I resigned after 2 years in the business. I resigned from my lecturing job and I decided to focus on the business full time. Then I had my second child. I wasn't going to allow a nanny raise my kids. I wanted to raise my children. So what did I do after having my second child? I resigned and I focused on them full time. So while I'm taking care of my kids, I'm running my business. And then I got an office where I was a stockist, a major distributor. And once in a while, I go to the office, I sit there, I have meetings with potential investors or business partners who want to understand how this business works and run it professionally. Now, I'm going to say something. You can run the Longreach business in different ways. You can run it as a day-to-day business, or you can run it professionally. But whichever one you can do when you have discipline and in control of your time. And so I could decide that I don't want to do this business for 1 month. Just like Lady T said, the leverage has kicked in. The knowledge chain has been passed. And so because the knowledge is still being passed, new people are still getting into the business and the knowledge is still being passed. Even when I'm not personally recruiting or introducing new people to the business, I get paid every week. And that's the beauty. And not only myself, My entire family gets paid every week. My mom sent me a message today. She sends me a message every Thursday when she gets her alert. My son earned almost 300,000 naira just today. My daughter also earned. My husband earned. My siblings, a few of them earned. Now these are dependents. So Longreach paid them directly into their bank accounts. Longreach didn't give me the money. And this is why I do not joke with this home-based business. So let me wrap up by telling you this. If you really, really connect to any of the things myself or Lady T has said, please, that's the only thing you should know about network marketing. Every other thing is wash. Every other thing is just scary and is hearsay. We are telling you from experience that our own version of network marketing is simply use products, educate people on the products and on the business, and teach them how to educate more people, and you will earn for life. Doesn't that sound amazing? I mean, you still buy those products every day, by the way. You use the products, and that's what we do here. Do you want to be a part of us? It's very simple. Go back to whoever sent you, invited you to this meeting, or is showing you this video. It may be on Facebook, and tell the person, I love what I hear. How do I get started? Don't worry about what will happen tomorrow or how you will do it, because I started afraid. By the way, my husband said he would teach me. He taught me nothing. I learned everything from the business meetings I was attending. Just sign up, be a part of a team, attend business meetings, and you will also get your freedom. When I talk freedom, I talk freedom. I talk freedom because what I now earn in a month is what I was earning in a year. I'll take that again. What I earn now in a month after 6 years of building this home business is what I earned in a year as a lecturer. Everything put together. Now, as a lecturer, part of that salary, I would say 20% of it was going into transportation to office, my fuel, my car maintenance, everything to the office. But guess what? Now I spend nothing, because even the cars, Longreach gives to me, exclusive of my income. They give me the car. Every year I qualify for a car. Some years I don't buy the car. I get the money. Give me the money and I will reinvest the money. The video we watched at the beginning, which I will play again at the end, that video is saying simply look at multiple streams of income. I wouldn't have thought about multiple streams of income if not for Longreach. Now I have multiple streams of income from my investment in Longreach. When I take the money from the cars, I take the money from the trips that I don't want to go to. Do you know what I do with them? I reinvest them in other businesses, still businesses that I do not need to exchange my time for the money to come. But you see, those businesses require millions. But I have been able to get those millions from my Longreach business, and I'm reinvesting them into that business. So now my income in a month doesn't come from Longreach alone. My income has started diversifying. And that is another thing this platform can help you do. And I'm still teaching people. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this seminar right now. I will still earn. I earned today, I'll still earn next week and the following week. But guess what? Longreach has also helped me build my dream of hospitality, of helping people become financially independent. I've always wanted to free as many people as possible from poverty, because poverty mindset is evil and can kill. It leads to depression. So if I have a way of helping you, then I will do it. Let me close with this. If you've listened to everything and you still feel this is not for you, it's still okay. But let me say something. There's someone you know that this could be for. There are a lot of people hanging out there looking genuinely for an opportunity that can change their lives. You pointing them to this video can help their lives. And thank you, that God bless you, that they will say to you will make a world of difference. Help someone today. You listening to us, if you're not part of this business yet, become a part of this business and also have your life changed. This is one of the best home-based businesses, and we have a better way. If you have questions, Please drop in the comments. I will play the video once again, and once I'm done, I'll look through the comments and take your questions, and we will call it a day. So if you do have questions, please, this is your opportunity to drop in the comments. We believe that with these few words of ours, we have been able to convince you and that not confuse you that you need a home-based business and that Long Reach is your gateway to that home-based business. Let me play my video right now. Please watch this video again. Watch this video again, and what you're going to do for me is note how the Long Reach platform can help you become a self-made millionaire. Let's go.
In this video, we're going to talk about the top 10 habits of self-made millionaires. Principle number 1 is getting educated. Go to seminars, get books, get a mentor, get a coach, but constantly be educated every single day. Principle number 2 is making sure you do at least 30 minutes of exercise every single day. Why? This gets the blood pumping, it gets the energy high, and it gives you that energy to be able to go out there and start creating a lot more action for your business. Principle number 3 is build relationships with other successful people. Why? Because when you all mastermind together, you can all share ideas, you can operate. If you've got 10% plus 10% plus 10%, that could equate to 1,000% increase in your compound in knowledge to get you better and faster results. Principle habit number 4 of self-made millionaires is they're obsessed with their goals. When they wake up in the morning, it's all they think about. When they're having dinner with friends, it's all they talk about. When they go to sleep, that's all they're thinking about. They're thinking about constantly being obsessed with the goals. So if you want to become a self-made millionaire, be obsessed with your goals. Principle habit number 5 is dream it and then set it. A lot of people that have this amazing dream, but they don't have any plan. You've got to take everything from here, put it onto paper so you can see exactly where to go, like blueprints from A to Z. So principle number 5, set the plan. Success principle habit number 6 is these self-made millionaires all have coaches and they have mentors. Now, let me tell you the difference between the two. A coach is somebody that gets you to do something. A mentor is someone that gives you the strategy. So you've got to have both. You can't have the big picture without the plan. You can't have the plan without the big picture. So you must have both. So remember, get yourself a coach and get yourself a mentor. Success habit number 7 is not spending time with time wasters and knowing who the time wasters are and just learning to say no to things. In fact, Warren Buffett says one of the reasons why he's so wealthy is because he's able to say no to a lot of opportunities. So in life, we always tend to say yes, 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 but the more things we say yes to, the more time it sucks from us. So to be successful and to learn this habit of self-made millionaire, learn to say no to things. Principle number 8 is to get up early. They did a research and a lot of self-made millionaires actually got up a lot earlier, between 5 and 6 o'clock, to actually start doing their work. And in actual fact, what you find is when you get up really early in the morning, you actually have time to do stuff. For example, when I get up in the morning, I get up between 5 and 6, and that's when my staff don't bother me. And in that time, that becomes my own ritual time where I get to do my own things and to focus on the strategy of the business rather than the tactics. Habit principle number 9 is having multiple streams of income. You see, a lot of self-made millionaires, they don't just have one income stream. But if you're watching this right now, you're working a job or you have one business, you have one income stream coming in, and you've heard that saying before, never put all your eggs in one basket. So make sure you have multiple streams of income. The principle number 10 is they found that all self-made millionaires, they all use leverage and some kind of fast implementation. That means whatever you're trying to do right now, don't try and do everything yourself. Make sure that you're utilizing resources, get other people to do it for you and do it fast. And who knows, one day, if you follow these 10 habits and these principles, then maybe one day you'll be a self-made millionaire. If you've loved this, then do me a favor and subscribe to this video. Until then, this is John Lee, the author of The Wealth Dragon Way. Bye for now.
Okay, so are you going to be a self-made millionaire? Are you going to leverage? We are leveraging on the Long Reach platform to become self-made millionaires. And yes, maybe I haven't earned my $1 million in a month yet, but I would say that I am close to earning my first $1 million in this platform. The question is, how about you? Are you going to get started? Are you going to be that self-made millionaire in naira first before you earn in dollars? So I hope that video has helped you. I'm just going to check if there's a question. Doesn't look like we have any question here. Someone says, wonderful. Thank you for the insight on long-reach business, home-based business. Where do all the toxins extracted by the alkaline cup go to? Now, the toxins extracted by the cup go into a filter in the cup. So there's a filter. What do you have to do? You need to wash that filter every 6 months with vinegar, sometimes 3 months with vinegar. So vinegar takes that off. So you soak the cup in a vinegar water mixture for maybe 30 minutes and then pour it out, rinse it out a couple of times. The vinegar extracts every dirt from the filter and prepares the cup for use again, emptying up the filter. So that's what the cup does. The more dirty the water you always use, the more regularly you need to cleanse with vinegar. Okay. Please, how do you know the alkaline cup, a cup that is not well activated? Please get a water tester. Ask in your chat rooms, there are some stockists that are still selling water testers. So please ask in your chat room so that you can get that information. Thank you so much, everybody. We have absolutely no question. Lady T, I am certain that the kids are distracting you already, so I'm going to spare you. So I want to say thanks, everybody. We're done for today. Like I said, we needed to keep it very, very short. If you are a registered member and you have some other questions, please ask in the chat room. We were actually trying to target questions from members who are not in this business, on members who have questions regarding this particular homemade business. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. We are so grateful that you stayed with us. And if you're watching on Facebook, we've seen you, we say thank you. And if you're watching the replay, simply just tag to us, #replay. And we will appreciate you. Thanks, guys. And you can now unmute yourself and say good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, Doctor. Good night, Doctor.
Good night.
Good night, Doctor. Thank you.